when I first heard about this, I thought Sega was just going to resell their games. I thought that something like this was going to be an issue where they were going to just take their ROMs off of Steam or in other places that they have these, and just was going to just resell them at some other time. But apparently, it is something bigger than that going on here, and I want to talk about that, give my thoughts and opinions, because the Sega Classics is delisting on December 6th, and I think there's some other games as well that are going to be delisted. Also, Virtua Fighter is going to return, which is actually pretty awesome because I've been waiting for this for years. We really, really need a Virtua Fighter 6. Can't wait for that. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I really appreciate you coming through. Clicked on this video based on your recommendations. Thank you for coming through. Also, thanks to everybody who watched my last video talking about Maximum Football. Just doing a quick impressions on the video. I will be talking about that video or talking about that game a little bit more in depth sometime down the road. So hopefully you guys will check that out. Also, the rest of my channel, I talk about, retro games, just pretty much gaming in general, everything under that umbrella from retro games, collecting, and other news that it revolves around that. All right, let's talk about this. All right, well, see, look, Sega Classics is delisting on the Steam, and I'm not really sure what they're going to do with all of these games because there's a lot of games on here that are being removed. I think there are like almost 50 something games that are being removed from Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, Sword of Vermilion, the Phantasy Star series. All of these things are being removed from Steam. And right now, if you want to purchase this, you can buy it for about $35, $36 to get all of the ROMs. Now, these ROMs are real straight out ROMs. They're not like any, Fugazi type of games that you're going to be buying, any type of files. These are ROMs that you can use for other devices, like this device right here, the Sega Mini, the Sega Genesis Mini. You can use those ROMs on those type of devices, even on emulators. They're real, just straight out ROMs. So in my opinion, I would say that they're still easily to get if you know how to look around on the internet. But if you still want these games officially, this is probably one of the last places to go, because I'm not sure if these games will be reissued or actually repurchasable again, because some of these games are just old. I mean, some of them are like Sega, they really don't acknowledge the Streets of Rage series. Even though Streets of Rage 4 came out, they don't really acknowledge it. Phantasy Star has been gone since like forever, and Phantasy Star Online is still being played by people who use the GameCube, but they don't really talk about it like that. I think, wasn't like a updated version came out for Xbox or something like that, Phantasy Star? I don't know, I can't remember. But like a lot of these games like Echo the Dolphin, Comic Zone, what else that was on there? Alien Soldier, which is an excellent game, that is gone. And I think Gunstar Heroes, I could be wrong, but I think that was on there too. But you kind of get the gist of a lot of the Sega Classics, Rise Star, all of those games are being delisted. So at this point, you just don't have anything to I mean, you don't have any place to purchase these games anymore. That is, they're going to be delisting these all over the place. But I will say, if you look hard enough, you can find these games. I mean, I'm gonna just be honest. You can. But if you want them officially, this is the last place to buy them. For me, I have most of these games already, either whether on this device already, or I have some of these games officially, like Streets of Rage 2. I kind of already got the games already for a handful of them, so I'm not too worried about it. But I will say honestly, this might be the last place where you can buy them. Sega may not put these games back out again. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. But we'll see about that. Okay, let's talk about the other part of this video. Virtua Fighter is returning. There's been a few articles out there talking about Virtua Fighter returning. Is one in development now. That is really cool because we've been waiting for a Virtua Fighter 6 or a Virtua Fighter reboot for a while now. Virtua Fighter 5 has been released a few times. I mean, you can get the PlayStation 3 version, which I have right here, which is a really good game. And this game still looks beautiful to this day. I really love the way this game still looks on the PlayStation 3. Also, you can play it. I think it was another version, Final Showdown, that was a downloadable content game, and the one on PlayStation 5, which is Ultimate Showdown. And you can play it on Yakuza games as well. Nevertheless, it's returning. So What do I think about that? It's about time, because if you really look at the landscape of 3D fighters, is only Tekken. Tekken is the only one out there. Soul Calibur's gone. Dead or Alive is gone. Where the hell is Bloody Roar? All of these other games, you just don't see. Even Battle Area Toshinden has been going like forever. I mean, I don't even think that game made it out of the Saturn and PlayStation 1 days. But like I said, these games, these 3D fighters need to return, and it's good to see Virtua Fighter coming back in some shape or fashion. We don't know all the ins and outs of it. There's not much to really say on it, but at the end of the day, we need this. We need this. We really need this, because like the Tekken 8, I think it turned out to be a pretty solid game, but at the same time, a lot of people have they have their gripes about it, and usually when there's only one game out there for one genre, people will want more than one out there. And that's why I really love the fact that this is returning. The Virtua Fighter 5 is still a solid fighting game. It's very solid, and is one of the games that we've been loving ever since it came out on the Saturn. Or you can even go further back, 32X. It was out on that. Even the PlayStation, I'm sorry, even on the Sega Genesis it came out. And it was a good game ever since then. I mean, the first Virtua Fighter and Virtua Fighter 2, Team Battle on the Dreamcast, 4 on the PlayStation 2. It's just always been a solid game. Even like I said, the Virtua Fighter 5, I still love playing this game to this day. I mean, this is a very beautiful game for the PlayStation 3. It looks really good. And even with the PlayStation 5 version, I mean, you can't get no better than that as far as playing that game 4K or whatever the case may be. It just looks really good. But nevertheless, Sega is doing a little bit of both. They're delisting games and they are bringing back some games. It's kind of weird to see, but at the end of the day, I don't think Sega is going to be reissuing these games out anytime soon. I will be surprised if they do. Maybe they do it in another form. But yeah, there's ways to get the older games, and it's good to see that Virtua Fighter is coming back. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens down the road, maybe in a year or two, what they're going to do with these older games. Because even like another game that's on here, Wonder Boy and Monster World, I mean, that's another game I haven't even talked about. Those games, you can find them. I think that game's been reissued anyway. You can buy that in another form. But nevertheless, I could ramble all day. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I am going to get up out of here, watch some college football, and I'm going to chill out with the fam. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.